I'm going to start decorating the measuring board with some contact paper. The first decoration I'm going to make is going to be a border all the way around the edges. I'm going to take some yellow contact paper. Now, contact paper is perfect to use because we just peel off the back and it already has some a gluey, sticky surface that we can put right on top of our plastic that is our measuring board. So I'm going to put our border. The way I do that is take the length of the contact paper and just cut a very thin strip from top to bottom. Now, it may not be the entire length of our plastic sheet, but that's okay. I can go ahead and just run a few strips up the length of the measuring board. Now that I have my strips cut, I'm going to peel a little bit off of the back, and I'm going to put it down onto the edge of my measuring stick. And then I'm going to run it along the length, and as I go up, I can peel off the back as I continue up the measuring board. This will ensure that I'm getting it very close to the edge and I'm keeping it straight. Now, this strip should be very thin because I have my numbers, my markings on the edge of the measuring board, so I don't want to cover up those markings. So I really want to put it on the very, very edge of the measuring board. I'm using some very bright colors for my contact paper, for my decorations. And we see that the border really makes it kind of stand out and makes it very decorative. Aside from putting images onto the measuring board itself, the border makes everything kind of highlighted. So I always like doing it, but you should just make sure that you don't cover up any of the numbers, and which is really the most important part of the measuring board, obviously. We see that the back of the contact paper comes with all different types of measurements on it, and this also helps us when we want to cut. We have some different squares and different markings that we can use as points to know exactly how thick and what kind of size of shapes that we're making. Now that we've finished putting our border, we can go back over the strip that's next to the numbers and we can make our markings again, and this will help it stand out a little bit more. The important thing was that our border was thin enough that it didn't cover up the numbers, but the markings we can always redo, and it's actually a nicer thing because the markings stand out much better over the colored border than they did on the plastic itself. So now I've shown you how to place a colored border of contact paper all around the edges.